Hi guys, it's Katie here from Creativa. I'm just doing a quick video today on how you can upload your Grande Organiser files to the Cricut design space. So the Grande Organiser is a set of SVG files or scalable vector graphic files that you can use in cutting machines such as the Brothers Scan & Cut or the Silhouette Cameo or a Cricut. So I use Cricut and that's how I manipulate the files and cut them out. So I'm going to show you today how I upload the files to the Cricut design space and how I manipulate them ready to be cut. So if you're interested, you can grab the files from my Etsy store and I'll put a link in the description box below. So when you download them from my Etsy store, they will probably come into your downloads folder here. I know it's not the same for everyone, but for me it goes to my downloads folder and it will turn up like this as the Grande Organiser zip folder. So the first thing we need to do is unzip that. So I'm going to click on that and up here it says extract. So if I double click it, it will say extract up here and then extract all. And you can see that there's two folders and a PDF in that zip file. So I'm going to click extract all and it's going to open up the files in this folder here, which is still in my downloads. So I'm going to say sure, extract, and it's done that, and now it is in a folder that is not a zip folder. Let's just go back up to my downloads and you can see there's the zipped folder and here's the unzipped folder. Okay, so unzipped folder, and we can see we have two folders, one called elements, one called mats, and then there's this PDF file here called the Grande Organiser SVG guide. So this is a guide that, let's just quickly open it, shall we? We don't want to see that or that. This is my working copy. It's nearly finished, so it's got a bit of highlighting in it, but essentially it gives you some instructions on how to upload them, where the playlist is, and then it shows you a screenshot of all the files so that you can easily identify them. So that is the SVG guide, the Grande Organiser SVG guide, and it's a PDF. Okay, so then if we come into here, you can see that there are a series of folders here, files here in the elements section folder, and then there's also the same kind of files in the mats section. So for every element there is a matching mat. So I want to show you how we're going to upload these to Cricut. So let's go to our Cricut design space down here, and the first thing we need to do is upload all those files to Cricut. So just click on upload image, and then browse, and we're just going to go back to the downloads folder, which I have lost because I'm working on so many things. Downloads, right, and then we're going to click on this folder here, which is the unzipped one, and I'm going to click on elements, and I'm just going to work my way through and upload all of these files. So I'm going to start with A, open. So there's my first file there. It says A, cover and center tab. Click save. And then I'm going to do the same with the next one. B, spine, open. B, spine, there it is there. I'm going to click save. And I'm going to do this for all of those files in this elements one here. So I'm going to go through, click C, save. And you really only should need to do this once. And so I just click upload image, browse, go to the next one, click open, or you could just double click on that, click save, and I'm just going to keep doing that. But what we can do is once we've uploaded them all, we can create a project in the My Projects, and then we won't need to do this ever again. But it's also great to have these on your desktop so that if you happen to mess up where was I up to? Maybe here? We'll have a look in a minute. if you happen to mess up your project, you can always bring them back in again. So we've got H, G, F. Okay, it looks like we're up to J. I should mention there is no I, just because I found it really difficult to refer to I1 and I2. Well, we've had a bit of a meltdown. What's happened here? Browse, J, open. Oh, it was just a bit slow. It's got too much going on in the background. Click save and upload image, browse, K, closures. I'll just double click on that and save myself a little bit of extra time. Upload, browse, L, save, upload image, browse, M, save, upload image, browse, N, save. Right, so we've just uploaded all our elements. So I'm just going to click on view all so I can see all my images. Chug, chug, chug. Okay, so there's all these green ones here. So I'm going to select every single one of those and bring them into one canvas space in my Cricut here. This is my canvas. So it's going to dump them all one on top of each other. It's going to take a minute. Here we go. All right, now I'm going to go down here to the left-hand side and zoom out. I'm at 25%, just so I can see everything on there. Let me just move my drink out of the way so I don't knock it over. And I'm just going to spread them all out so I can see them all. Oops, I brought that one in twice. Let's get rid of that. Okay, now I can see everything. Right, so at the bottom here is my A. I'm going to put the A up here, and then this next one is my B, and put that there. This one is L, that comes right down here. C is, where are you, C? That's M, N, right, C. So I'm putting them in order just to make it easier for myself. This is F. This one is G. This one, and I can see what it is because I'm looking over here on the Layers tab and it says J, accordion envelope. So I know that's not the next one. E. So where's D? It's J, that's K, D. My long pockets are here. So A, B, C, D, E, F. Right, so this one's my F, and I'm just arranging them on my canvas in a way that makes sense to me. So you do you, whatever works for you. I know that's K. This one is H. This one should be J, K, and then down the bottom here we have L, M, and N. So that's just how I like to work with them. So now I need to go through each one of these and change some of these lines from cut lines to score lines. So let me just scale up a little bit here so we can see. So here's my A file that we brought in. So if I go over to the Layers panel, I can see it says A, Center, Cover and Center Tab. So the first thing I need to do is ungroup that. So I'm going to ungroup that. And then I don't need to do anything to this piece here because it doesn't have any internal lines, but this piece here does. This is the center tab and it's got these internal lines. So if we go over and look at that in the Layers panel, you can see that those lines say cut and we need to change them to score. So I'm going to click on those lines just here in the Layers panel. Then I'm going to go over here to the line type up in the top left and I'm going to change that from cut to score. But then we need to make sure that they are attached to that piece. So I'm going to go back over to my Layers panel. I'm going to click on that whole piece there, and I know it's that whole piece because it's got that little downward arrow. So I know that all those pieces, two things go together: the score lines and the cut line, and the cut file, and the cut piece, I should say. And I'm going to go down the bottom of the Layers panel and click attach. So then I'm going to do the same with every single one of these, and while I'm at it I'm going to line them up nicely. So I'm going to go down here to my B-spine piece, click on those cut lines that are in the layers panel, go back up to the line type in the top left, click score, then go back to my layers panel and click attach. I'm going to do the same with my C piece here, so I go down here to the cut lines and change them to score, and then I'm going to click the whole little section under that arrow, part of that down arrow, and click attach. And then I'm going to come over to this one here, and this has got two pieces in here, so first of all I need to ungroup that, and then I'm just going to do exactly the same, go over, click on the cut lines, change it to score, click on the whole thing, click attach. Same with this one, cut, change that to score, go back over, click on the whole thing, click attach. And I'm just going to do that for each one of these pieces. So ungroup, cut, change it to score, whole thing, attach. This one, change the cut to score, click the whole thing and attach. This one here, cut, change it to score, click the whole thing and click attach. So I'm going to go through and do that for every single piece in here that just zoomed back out again. I'm going to do that for every single piece here, so that those solid internal lines become these dashed score lines. And I'm just going to line it all up like this because that's how I like to work with it. So then when I've done all of that, and I won't bore you by going through that whole thing and doing it, then I'm going to click on upload again, and I'm going to click on upload image. I'm going to click on browse. And this time I'm going to go back up to my mats section, mats folder that we downloaded, and open that up, and then I'm going to upload every single one of these. So I'm going to double click on that, and this time they're in pink because they're mats, a center, cover and tab mats, and click save. And I'm going to do this for every single one of the mats. And once again, this takes a minute, but hopefully once you've done it once you won't need to do it again. So I'm doing these ones, save. I forget which ones I've uploaded and I end up uploading things twice. Better to do that than not at all. Whoop. Which one did I just do? I see what I mean. Okay, so we've got E and then we've got F. Okay, we're on track. G, save, upload, browse, H, save. Okay, so let's pretend that I've done all of those because it's going to be very boring for you to watch me do that. Once I've uploaded all of my mats, which are all the pink pieces, I'm going to insert all of those, or select all of those, and click on insert images, and it's going to come back up into this onto this canvas where all my pieces are. And again, it dumps them all on top of each other. And just move them out the side, and then I'm going to take each of these pieces and I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Make it, come on. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Okay, so this is my B spine mat. So I'm going to take this little guy and I'm going to pop him on top of the piece that he goes with. This one is my short pockets, and that's my short pockets there. It doesn't line up particularly well, so I'm just going to ungroup it. And then I'm going to rearrange them so they're sitting nicely on top. And I just find, personally, this is how I like to work with the files. You might choose to do something different, and that's okay. But, you know, doesn't hurt to see how other people might work with them. So I'm just going along and taking each of my pieces. I'm popping my mats on top of them like so. So this one's going to come down to here. And then this one is my base page mat, so that's back up here, like so. And then this one is my long pockets. I ungroup those, put that on top like that, and that one on top like that. I think that's all I've uploaded for now. So then what I do, and you don't have to do it, it's completely up to you. Look, I'm a bit pedantic, I want to line that up, is I highlight both those pieces and group them together. And I'll go along and do that for all of my pieces. Group all of those little bits together. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And group. So I'll go and group, go and group all of my individual pieces or elements to the mats that they belong with, like so. That's better. And then when I'm finished, I will save the whole thing. Now let me show you what it looks like when it's finished. Here's my whole, all of those files together. Oh, I'm missing a couple of mats. Where are they? Must be hiding them somewhere. I'm not sure what I've done with those. But then when I've finished, I'll just click on save and click save, and because I've already called it something, see here it's already called Grande Organiser, but I would save it as Grande Organiser. So now it's all in one piece, all in one place together, one project. When I'm working with it, what I'll do is I'll pull out the piece that I want to cut out. So let's say I want to cut out a base page and I would like a corner pocket on that. So, oops, I didn't group those together, did I? Let's group that together. And I want a corner pocket, and then I think I also would like, let's see, a long pocket, maybe one of these. Let's say that's what I'm going to cut out. So I pull those all out to the side, and then I will highlight everything else, group it together, and then I will go up here and I'll hide that whole group. And then for each of these, I'll just hide the base, the mat for them, so we don't cut those out at the same time. You might want to, but I don't. So then I'll say make it, and off I go. I'll put in my cardstock into my Cricut and cut those pieces out. So that's how, one of the ways that I would work with it. And I just wanted to show you mainly how to go about uploading the files to Cricut Design Space and changing those cut lines to score lines, because that's really important. So I hope this video has been really helpful. If you've got any questions or comments, drop them in the comments section below. I always answer. I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.